Welcome into Power 5 Picks, where we cover every single bowl game this 2024 college football postseason. We do have a college football playoff game tonight. But before that, we have another bowl game that we have to cover since we're covering them all. This is the Union Home Mortgage. What's that? I will never have a mortgage. Gasparilla Bowl. This is between Tulane and Florida. Tulane is a 12-point underdog. Over under of this game is 49 and a half. Some quick news here. Uh, Tulane's quarterback is looking like he's not going to play, and he is a big part of this offense. Tulane also lost in their conference championship game to Army. And there's also rumors going around of Tulane's coach possibly jumping ship. Whereas Florida, I think, is just excited to be here. End the season on a high note, 7-5. No one expected them to do as good as they did, I guess, in the SEC. I think their win total was like a 5. So making a bowl game was a pretty big deal for Florida. But I'm gonna send it to you. Who do you got in this Tulane and Florida game?
Yeah, this typically sets up pretty nicely for me to back Florida here, but I'm actually gonna lean with Tulane plus the points. Think it's just too many, but I've kind of been down on Florida this whole year. Yes, what they did at the end of the year was impressive, beating LSU, beating Ole Miss to lock up the bowl game, and then finishing with a win against Florida State, which you and I could probably grab some of our friends and compete with Florida State this year. But um, you know what? What's really putting me on Tulane. Yes, Tulane had a heartbreak, losing their final 2 games, including the conference championship, knocking them out of the playoff. But you just have to figure, I know Florida sucked last year. They missed a bowl game completely, but you don't go to Florida to play in the, what is this? The
Gasparilla.
Gasparilla Bowl. Yeah. You go to Tulane to play in the Gasparilla Bowl. I know their seasons were different, where this was really Florida's ceiling and kind of Tulane's floor. But I just don't see the effort from Florida to lay double digits with them when they're just such a historical powerhouse football program. I like Tulane. You mentioned the quarterback maybe not playing. It looks like it will be former 5-star quarterback Ty Thompson. I guess he committed to Oregon at one point, which Aiden Childs has taught me all too well that just because you were a 5-star recruit doesn't mean you're any good. Um, However, this kid, from doing some research on him, he's a runner. He came in, played in 11 games this year as kind of a change of pace running quarterback. He averaged over 6 yards per carry. I believe they said he had 6 touchdowns on the season rushing. So I think that could give Florida's defense some issues. And then just kind of the last thing, the players on Tulane who are disappointed more so about missing out on the playoffs are probably the guys who are transferring out or opting out of the bowl. These kids that haven't got hardly any playing time all year that are now getting their chance, I think they show up for this game. It's kind of their turn to show who they are, and maybe, if this quarterback balls out, maybe he gets a transfer opportunity. So I'm going to go with Tulane. Just think it's too many points here, and I just don't think the effort from Florida is going to be good enough for me to comfortably lay double digits. So small lean on Tulane for me in this one.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising that Florida is such a big favorite in this game. Again, it's probably quarterback issues for Tulane, and I know Florida, like you said, ended on a hot streak in the SEC. So a tough thing for Florida to do, quarterback issues. So maybe I can get it to 12. I'm going to take a shot on it. I'm going to take a shot on Florida. It seems weird for them ending the season on such a high note to make a bowl game, then for them to flop in the bowl game, but we've seen it before. I do like what you said about 5-star potential quarterback playing for Tulane backup, and a bunch of younger guys playing for Tulane as well. And I think Florida's going to give a pretty good effort. So I think maybe the over would be in play in this game as well. I haven't really looked at the betting numbers there in regards to where the money and the bets are for the total. But I do think both teams are going to at least put up an effort, more so than I can say about some of these other bowl games. So potential lean on the over, but I'm going to take a shot on Florida on the spread. Not going to lock it in yet. I'm going to look at a couple, I'm going to wait a little bit. This line's been fluctuating. We're recording on Wednesday. This line's been up and down for the past couple of days. It's probably going to continue by the time you're listening to this. So I'm going to watch the line a little bit, but I might take a shot on Florida, see if they can get it done against a Tulane team that I think is a little depleted. But That's going to wrap it up for the bowl games that you guys don't care about. Again, make sure you do check out our bowl preview between Notre Dame and Indiana, the Battle of Indiana for round one of the college football playoff and the first ever round one college football playoff game. The other three will be tomorrow, Saturday. So make sure you do check out all those previews. Those ones are going to be a little more in depth. We don't have to deal with as many opt outs and transfers, still a couple, but they're usually not. I don't think any starters are opting out or transferring in these playoff games. So a lot more detail from us and probably a lot better bets from us as well. And you guys obviously care about these games more than the Gasparilla Bowl on a Friday. But until then, guys, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you do like, subscribe, and share over here on YouTube. Again, we are donating $1 to every sub we get on YouTube to St. Jude between now and Christmas. So make sure you guys do that. But good luck, you guys, and have a good weekend. We'll see you next time.
You better start listening to the Better in Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spots from the bottom to the top, hey. Shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast, Better in Green.